Hey everyone, Delphi Trading here, back again with our weekly market report that again we put out for you guys every week, forecasting the indexes, and we've been doing, amazing things with these forecasts. Um, Before I get started, make sure you stick around to the end. We do have a couple announcements we're going to make at the end, so you want to stick around for that, okay? So here we are with the SPY, and again, like I was just talking about, our hit rate or win rate, forecasting the indexes is just simply incredible. You can see all these white targets that we put in: hit, up and down. Okay, and as far back as I'm going now, there was only one that didn't hit here, but it eventually hit there. Okay, but we don't take credit for that. We know there's people here and on social media, they give forecasts, they leave targets up for months, and then it might hit and they take credit for it. We don't do that because why? Well, if somebody is, following our forecast and maybe they're buying puts to go lower, and in this case it went up, well, chances are if they're practicing risk management like our members do here, they would have got stopped out of the trade. So what good is it if we're taking credit for a forecast that's, a month or two later? So anyway, we don't do that here, but you can see our last week forecast right there has hit on the SPY. So what are we seeing now? Well, again, this is a very news-driven market, so you have to take the charts with a grain of salt. News is trumping the technicals and charts by far right now with what's going on. But you can see now what's happening here. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. The averages have now flipped to resistance. Okay, we can see that, and we didn't even get to that 20-day moving average today. So, the averages are forcing the indexes lower. And, we've had a bounce here the last couple days, but look at the volume. Volume is going down. There is no conviction on this bounce. Okay, the indicators below are looking bullish, but the volume and where we're at is kind of negating that right now. So what's my forecast going to be now for next week? Well, a couple of things. Because the volume is going down, okay, we have a sort of spinning top there at the averages. I'm gonna go lower, but I don't want to go lower just a little bit. We are still in this. The SPY is in this channel, and there is support here. Okay, so I could go lower to that support, but I really think we could also chop around here. So any kind of forecast I make, it may go down, but it may go up, and it may chop around. The bigger move would be a break of this support here, which is around 667. Okay, so if I make a contingent, if this support breaks, if the SPY closes under that support, I think it's going right back down to these lows. So I'm going to make a second contingent forecast to go down towards these lows here, back to these lows, if we close under that support level. So a couple things really. We could chop around up here between the averages and the support. We could go lower down to that support, but again, the bigger move would be a break of that support there, okay, on the SPY. So this may be the case for all these indexes here. So again, the Qs here, very similar. I'm going to turn this into green right now for support. Okay, there. And again, very similar, obviously, to the SPY. Volume is going down on this bounce. Okay, indicators are bullish. But again, look at that today. We had rejections here at the 20-day, the last 3 days. And again, here right now on the 4th, on this kind of shooting star, okay, we can see the 20-day, and on top, the 50-day is causing havoc. That was the title of our last YouTube weekly report. Indexes are causing havoc, and that's what's happening, okay? So on this one here, I am going to go lower, just like the SPY. Okay, there is some room here, so I am going to go back down to test that support. And again, if this support is broken here, roughly 600, I would say 599 to be safe. If there's a close under 599, I think it's going to go right back down to these lows down here. So again, I don't want to say a two-part forecast, but this is what could happen. We could go down, we could chop in here for a while. I mean, we can go up and chop in here, but you have to watch that support, okay? Because that might get us a bigger move lower. And again, take this with a grain of salt because this news is driven market. Okay, and here we go with the IWM. Okay, we got to bounce. We got to bounce here, reversed right at resistance, and the averages. Again, look at the averages are pushing things lower, right? The averages are just going to keep doing this. So we have the averages above as resistance. We have this other resistance line here above, and we have support. Okay, so like all the indexes are kind of between averages and support, resistance and support. Also, I did point this out a long while back, that there is this pattern here on the IWM, a kind of head and shoulders. Okay, so we could make the right shoulder. We technically we did here, but that is just a crazy, I'm not even going to count that. Okay, but anyway, again, look below, volume going down, indicators bullish. I am going to go down though because of this shooting star, another shooting star here, double shooting stars with the volume going down, averages above. So I'm going to go back down on the IWM back towards this support. And I'm going to say this one more time. If this support goes, this 244, 245 support level here on IWM is huge. Okay, I can't stress this enough. It's huge. If we close under here, I would say under this low here, which was 244.39. If we close under this 244 level, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let me take this dotted line just to make things easier, and then I'm going to move that up here. Okay, so if that goes, then look out below. We can get a pretty big drop down on the IWM. Okay, that's a little support. Bigger support's down at 230. First things first, these support levels have to happen for this, but still going down in the forecast. Okay, on IWM. All right, as I said, you want to wait around to the end. We are making some announcements here. So we just added a 14-day free trial for our Discord channel. We showed you guys that channel before. That is where we do all our amazing work in the Discord, and I can actually pull it up right now here for everybody here. Okay, so this is our Discord. We have a ton of channels in here. This is the chat, posting all kinds of stuff here. Posted this NVIDIA, maybe a pattern playing out. And we have our trade channels here, our Delphi signal trade channels off the Delphi signal. Our non-signal channels, we have our amazing UOA option flow channel. We have charts, crypto, crypto swing trades here that, do great. And we have a lot of other things here, okay? So you guys want to take advantage of this. We call the Delphi room. Okay, we do have the 14-day free trial. All right, so you can see here, no credit card needed. You can leave at any time. And this link is posted here on our YouTube, but we highly recommend, again, following our X channel here. You can see it down here at Delphi_trades. We are also making a huge 2 announcements on our X channel on this Thursday morning. And you guys really need to follow that and look for that announcement. 2 huge announcements on this Thursday morning, okay, on our Delphi channel right there on X. Okay, but again, this is a no-brainer for you guys if you want to come in, join for 14 days, catch some free trades, catch some free analysis, get in the chat, check out some crypto. We got a lot going on in that Discord, and it's for free. Okay, again, we're not going to take your credit card. Okay, the link you can find it in the YouTube here, and we also have the link on our X channel there, okay? But remember, we have some 2 huge announcements coming out on X on Thursday morning, okay? So that is the big news. Again, please like, subscribe to the channel. If you're not in our Discord, this is a no-brainer. Come check it out. You don't have to give a credit card. You don't pay. If you don't want to stay, you can leave at any time, okay? So that is it from us. Again, thanks for being here. Get the word out. We're doing amazing things here, and we will see you next week. Take care.